Hello friends, welcome to Sync in English. I am your Vamsy Krishna, life coach and founder Sync in. So today we are going to discuss about one important topic. Yes, that is about sleep. So what is sleep actually? We will be going to know about what is sleep and why we sleep and why it is important to sleep. And we would see certain tips for having good night sleep, especially even we will see the scientific basis for the sleep, right? So let's get started. So sleep is actually naturally reoccurring state of mind and body, and it is characterized by certain characters, that is altered consciousness and reduced interaction with the surroundings, and even relatively inhibited sensory activity. So sensory activity it means that the brain would receive information or stimulus from all the sense organs, and while or during the sleep, this sensory activity would be relatively inhibited. And even we can see that reduced muscle activity and inhibition of nearly all voluntary muscles will be taking place during the sleep. It means we would be temporarily paralyzed. And when we talk about sleep, the sleep needs from person to person, it varies person to person, in the sense like age group to age group, it varies the personal the sleep needs. For example, if an newborns, if you consider 0 to 3 months, almost 14 to 16 to 17 hours sleep they would be needed. And if you see in elderly persons or older adults, they need roughly 7 to 8 hours of the sleep. So age group wise, the sleep needs also will be different. And how we get to know that we have to sleep, and in order to how we actually guess that how our body would be able to sleep in the night, wake up in the morning, because of the circadian rhythms or biological clock that is fitted into our brains. So especially when the day sets off and dawn begins, and you know melatonin would be secreted and because of during the night time, and it actually activates the sleep cycle. And when we see the sleep cycle, it has different stages. Stage one, that falling asleep or light sleep. Stage two, heartbeat slows down and body temperature slows down. And stage 3 and 4, deep sleep, and muscles and tissues would get repaired. And REM, that is nothing but rapid eye movement stage, where the body is being paralyzed and dreams begins. So that's why when we are dreaming, suddenly it is a nightmare, and if you want to wake up, we could really we try to wake up, but we couldn't really move our body an inch, right, until or unless we gain the conscious again. So that's because of the sensory input. This sensory information is cut down during sleep. And why we sleep, for that matter? We sleep because it needs growth. The brain needs growth, as well as mental functions, sharpening up the mental functions, rewiring. All these things would be occurring during the sleep. Scientifically speaking, almost 4 stages would be there in the sleep. First one, fall asleep, and then stage 1, lighter sleep, to the stage 4, that is deep sleep. We will be having certain stages, and we will be having certain brain waves. So alpha, beta, delta, gamma, and theta, where we have got these brain waves in which we get deep sleep, and then we would be experiencing vivid dreams as well. And pineal gland is a gland which actually secretes this melatonin, and this melatonin is very important for this biological clock to run, or circadian rhythms to taken care of. So sleep patterns follows. Everybody has certain sleep pattern, but on average they will be having certain stages that sleep. And then NREM1, that is non-rapid eye movement stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and you will be experiencing rapid eye movement state. So while we are in deep sleeps to awaken state, when we are falling into sleep and then when you are waking up, these two stages would be more of a similar. And let us, for example, if someone fails to sleep properly in the night time, they would experience sleep disorders like apnea and hypersomnia or insomnia, etc. So insomnia is something which we understand by having no sleep during the night time, and hypersomnia is excessive sleep during daytime. So there are different sleep disorders, but we are trying to cover what are the different aspects. I mean, what are the different tips that we can follow to actually have a good night's sleep. So let us see them. So here you can see, yeah. So having a proper sleep schedule would help us to have a good night's sleep. So the schedule, or because each and every person will have a certain sleep pattern, so that sleep pattern has to be guessed, or it has to be understood it would be understood by keeping a track on when we are falling asleep, when we are raising from the bed, etc. So, and we have a sleep schedule that, yeah, this 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, or 1 o'clock, or 2 o'clock, every day at one time, with a peaceful environment. When you fall asleep, you can wake up by, if you're an adult, it would take almost 7 to 8 hours sleep. If you are an adolescent, almost 9 to 10 hours sleep is required to the body. And we need, second tip is that we need to pay attention to what we eat and drink. So what we eat and drink. So for example, drinks like beverages, hot beverages like coffee and tea, if we have nighttime, after 6 p.m. or after 7 or 8 p.m., the caffeine content in that would makes our brain more active, and we may not feel sleepy at all. So what we eat, for example, acidic food, if we eat, acidity triggers, and even that would hamper the sleep at night, and the quality sleep may not be coming. So coming to the next tip, that is, make your bedroom as pleasant as possible. So it has to be pleasant in the sense like there shouldn't be any distractions, or they should be having dim lights, and should not have too much of noise and sounds, right? And try to avoid electronic gadgets in the room, so that it would make some more pleasant, and use an analog clock for the alarm instead of cell phones or electronic gadgets, so that your bedroom would be a place where you feel pleasant and you will fall asleep within no time. And the other aspect is sleep only night times. Night times, as I told, that the melatonin secretion would be taking place in the pineal gland, and that would actually makes us to sleep, right? So here we need to understand one point. Even BBC or other reports says that it's not that early to bed and early to rise actually makes us healthy sleep patterns, but if we can maintain that sleep need of 8 hours or 9 hours or 10 hours based upon the age group, if we can maintain that, right, that amount of sleep, quality amount of sleep, that would be healthy. Instead of shutting off your works at 10 p.m. and waking up by 3 a.m., no, it won't work in that fashion. So if you are a night person or a morning person, depending upon your when you wake up and when you sleep patterns, you can actually adjust your sleep times, but prefer sleeping night times and avoid sleeping daytime. In daytime, try to take power naps of 5 to 10 minutes in different time points. So the power naps would help us recharge also. It's not more than 20 minutes. and so make it as less as 5 to 10 minutes or 15 minutes of power naps. So that would recharge our brain, and it would work effectively. So prefer sleeping night times and avoid during sleep daytimes. And coming to the very important part, that is exercise. So what is the importance of exercise in sleep is that the body activity during daytime would actually result in the pleasant sleep during nighttime. So when you exercise and when you go for yoga, when you go for cycling, walking, running, skipping, you do some physical exercise in the daytime, that would be exhausting your muscles, and and the body would get tired, and easily you can fall asleep during nighttime. Coming to last aspect, last tip, that is managing worries and coping with bad dreams. So managing worries and coping up with bad dreams is not that easy, but if you can follow a sleep journal, you can actually track down your worry thoughts. So these worry thoughts would actually emerge into certain nightmare dreams, and would reduce your quality of sleep. So to actually counteract this, let us have a sleep journal, right? And what type of thoughts you're getting, what type of dreams you're getting. If you can record it, you can if you can work on them, and definitely, because Sigmund Freud said that the dreams are gateways for the unconscious. So morning time, daytime, when there is a suppression of certain emotion, it would come into the subconscious state during the nighttime as a vivid dreams or nightmares or whatever it is. So dreams are the gateways. So if you can understand the dreams, and if you can chart out the worries, thoughts and worries before going to bed, it would help a lot during, in long run, and it would help us to cope with the bad dreams as well. So these are the tips that you can follow. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please do subscribe and share as much as you can. And I hope while listening to this video, you you definitely sleep. So thank you guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and please do share and subscribe. Thank you. This is it for today.